Arpit,
Yes, sir.
introduce yourself.
My name is Arpit Kumar. I belong to Vaisali, Bihar. I have done my graduation in BA Economics from IGNOU. I have been working as a lower division clerk in Headquarters Eastern Naval Command, Visakhapatnam since January 2018. My hobbies are running, swimming, watching movies and interesting documentaries like based on travel, science, current events, etc.
Tell me something special about you. Uh, Accept this introductory information.
I can work hard and I'm always ready to overcome my shortcomings and always improve my personality.
Arpit, you have so many hobbies: swimming, running, reading newspaper, watching movies and documentaries, program based on science, travel, adventure, and current affairs.
Yes, sir.
Which one is the most thrilled number one hobby?
So it will depend upon the situation. Like if situation is suitable for swimming, I go for it. Otherwise, running is something which I can practice on daily basis. And based on time, if I don't have opportunity for much outdoor activities, then I will go for these activities, inbound activities like watching documentaries, movies, etc.
Have you read today's newspaper?
No, sir, I could not read newspaper, but I saw some headlines on mobile application.
Okay. What headlines you have seen?
Bihar election results have been declared and NDA has got the majority, 125 seats. And apart from that, there is SCO summit, SCO e-summit being held in which Prime Minister Modi addressed the SCO.
What is the composition of SCO?
So SCO comprises of 8 members, and China and Russia are the important founding members. India and Pakistan were inducted into SCO in 2017. SCO stands for Shanghai Cooperation Organization. It is largely an economical, political and security based alliance.
Okay. What kind of initiatives are taken by the government of India to combat with the coastal security of our country, to maintain the coastal security of our country?
So there are various agencies involved in coastal security like Indian Navy, Indian Coast Guard, Marine Police of the state government, then Custom Department, Fisheries Department. So there was a lack of coordination between them. After 2008 Mumbai attack, it was realized and joint operation centers have been established in Indian Navy where all these agencies coordinate. So now after establishment of JOC, the coastal security has been streamlined because all the relevant agencies like Navy, Coast Guard, Fishery, Marine Police all are able to coordinate under the purview of Indian Navy. So this coordination and capability development of state agencies like Marine Police can be strengthened further for effective coastal security.
What is the historical significance of Vaisali?
Vaisali is the first republic of the world, and it is a place where Lord Mahavira, the founder of Jainism, was born, and Mahatma Buddha, the founder of Buddhism, had extensively worked in Vaisali. His stupa is located in Vaisali, and large number of tourists visit. Buddhist and Jain tourists from foreign countries visit Vaisali.
What is the difference between the republic and democracy?
So republic is a form of is a state where head of state is elected, while democracy is a form of government in which people elect their representatives.
Okay. So India is a republic or democratic?
So India is both a republic as well as democratic.
You have studied the international relations.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me about the types of diplomacy which is existing?
Sorry, sir, I am not aware about
You
it.
are not aware.
Yes,
Can you tell me about the countries of the north and countries of the south?
sir, I can guess based on the countries located in northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, but any specific input I am not information I am not having.
Okay. How you see the our international relation in the present context?
So in the past, India had more initially India had followed non-alignment movement, means it was not willing to join any of the two power blocks, the USSR group, the socialist group, as well as the capitalist group led by United States of America. But recently, because of the changing scenario in international relations and our increasing involvement in trade, business and strategic partnership with various nations, now India is following an independent policy, and it is dealing with all the major nations of the world. Like we have good relation with Russia, and now we are having better strategic relations with United States of America. Apart from that, with all other major nations like Middle East and other our neighborhood, we have independent relations, and we have large trade and economic based partnership with them.
Is India a soft state?
So I can say that India has been a soft state because we normally do not interfere in others sovereignty and others matters. India has been largely focused on our own internal issues.
Arpit,
Yes, sir.
what are the major elements on which any nation's foreign policy is based?
So it is the national interest of the nation, like its sovereignty, its trade and commercial interests, its security of the nation.
And which one is better to enhance an international relation, economic forum or bilateral issues, or bilateral relationships?
Sorry, sir, can you please repeat the question?
On which one is better
Yes, sir.
to enhance your international relationship, economic forums and other international organizations, or the bilateral relationships?
Sir, both have their relevance in other aspects. Like for countries which we have specific relations and more trade relations, larger in volume for them with them and our neighborhood countries, bilateral relations are more important. But with other countries, sharing platform with them in various economic forums, that gives an opportunity to establish better relation with them.
Now India is the member of BRICS and SCO both.
Yes, sir.
Which is more relevant for the India?
So, BRICS is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And in SCO we have Russia, China, Pakistan, India, and other Central Asian countries. So in both BRICS and SCO we have the Russia and China with in the group.
Which group is more relevant for India?
So it is difficult to say which group is more, because both platforms are necessary because of the changing scenario in today's world.
And how both groups have, what are the differences between both groups on the mandate? On the basis of mandate, how both groups are different? अगर हम दोनों को अगर कंपेयर करें उनके कार्य क्षेत्र पे या उनकी उपयोगिता पे, तो कैसे दोनों डिफरेंट हैं?
Sorry, sir, I am unable to answer the question.
कल आपके यहाँ बिहार में इलेक्शन हुए।
Yes, sir.
अच्छा, एक चीफ मिनिस्टर को इलेक्ट करने की प्रोसेस क्या है?
Sir, when the 5 years term of Legislative Assembly completes, notification is issued by Election Commission. After that, Model Code of Conduct comes into force, and various various candidates affiliated to political parties file their nomination, and after that, dates for election are announced.
इतना नंबर सीएम का वो पूछा हुआ था कि कैसे वो करते हैं?
Sir, MLAs are elected for various political parties, and whichever party gets the majority, the leader of that party, MLAs select among themselves, and that person becomes the chief minister of the state.
Suppose that India should adopt anything positive from Bihar, what should it be?
So, may it take some moment to think about it. So the people of Bihar have been hardworking, and despite various barriers like like lack of education, lack of infrastructure, people of Bihar have moved in various part of the country as well as abroad, and they are performing well in various sectors. So people of Bihar are zealous to grow if they are given opportunity. If sufficient development happens in their state, then Bihar can also become a developed state and at par with other rich and developed state of the country.
मेरा क्वेश्चन सुना मैंने क्या बोला था?
Yes, sir. What is the positive thing that?
India should adopt from Bihar.
Yes, sir.
और आपने आंसर कर दिया है.
So it is.
Okay, so tell me some major economical problem of Bihar.
Sir, the main occupation of Bihar is agriculture, but the average land holding of Bihar is only 0.39 hectare, which is around 9 times less than that of Punjab, which is an agriculturally developed state. So due to small and fragmented land holding, the income of farmers is very low. There is lack of mechanization and lack of good quality seeds and good marketing facilities for farmers, and because of the absence of minerals, there are no large scale manufacturing industries in Bihar. Apart from that, there are other issues like casteism, caste based politics, and modern IT industries have not been able to come up in Bihar. The governments have not been able to attract investment in Bihar, so the income level of people remains very low, and lack of employment and income in the state. Apart from that, floods and droughts affect the agriculture badly.
Recently, a word from the Bihar is in news, Simanchal. Tell me some major characteristics of Simanchal.
Sorry, sir, I am not aware about Simanchal.
Okay. And you are how many naval commands are in Indian Navy?
So there are 3 commands: Eastern Naval Command, Western Command, and Southern Command.
Southern Command.
Yes, sir.
And where is the headquarters of Southern Command of?
It is in Kochi, sir.
In Kochi. And recently, INS Kavaratti was in news.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me about something about that?
So INS Kavaratti was commissioned into the Eastern Naval Command Visakhapatnam by Chief of Army Staff General M.M. Narwane. It is 4th ship in Kamota class. It is a corvette, anti-submarine warfare corvette, and 4th ship of the Kamota class. The other 3 are Kamota, Kadmat, and Kiltan. It has a superstructure made up of carbon fiber, which gives it stealth capability and lightweight and stealth capabilities.
Recently, a multinational naval exercise Malabar had been performed in Arabian Sea.
Sorry, sir, the first phase has been conducted in Bay of Bengal under Eastern Naval Command, and the second phase in December will be conducted in Arabian Sea under Western Naval Command.
And what are the major significance of multinational naval exercises?
So in multinational naval exercises, the navies of various countries are able to they get an opportunity to work together. They get to know each other's modus operandi and about their equipments, and if in future need arises for working together for in any warfare or any humanitarian assistance, disaster relief operation, or any other kind of scenario, then it will be very easy for the navies to work together. Apart from that, it creates a very good environment for the navies and the government of 2 countries. It creates a friendly relation between the 2 countries.
Tell me some other naval exercises in which India is involved.
Apart from Malabar, sir, there are other important exercises like we have SLINEX with Sri Lanka, and SIMBEX. It is Singapore India bilateral multi exercise.
Okay, and
Then
how Malabar exercise will help India?
So in Malabar exercise, India, the navies of India, United States, Japan, and Australia, the Quad countries are coordinating together, and considering the increasing threat from an increasingly aggressive China, the exercise between Quad countries in the form of Malabar is very useful for strengthening our strategic partnership.
What is the term Quad?
Quad is an informal grouping of 4 countries: India, USA, Japan, and Australia.
Informal group.
Yes, sir. So it is informal because it has not been formalized till now.
What is the military partnership?
The partnership based upon military between 2 countries, in which the 2 countries will help each other militarily in case of any security implication, and the 2 countries hold joint exercises for having a better coordination between the military of the 2 countries. This is called military
With how many
partnership.
countries we have military partnership?
So we have military partnership with many countries, but exact number I am not aware. Sorry, sir.
No. Arpit, according to you, in the present context,
Yes, sir.
which one is more important? The economic leading towards referring to the economic development or dealing with the traditional problem?
Sir, I think moving towards economic problems is more important, because once economic development happens, normally the traditional problems slowly start to go away. But along with economic problems, we have to keep our focus intact on traditional problems as well.
Okay. But your last preference is ITBP. So I think that you have been.
Sorry, sir, my first preference is ITBP and last one is CISF.
That is, your first preference is ITBP.
Yes, sir.
And it shows that you are going for heading towards the traditional problems rather than the new problems. And CISF is your last preference.
Sir, I have been always fascinated by armed forces as well as mountains. So ITBP is a force which worked in all along the Himalayan region. That's why I have given it as a first preference. But apart from Himalayan region, ITBP is involved in all other kind of scenarios like internal security duty, anti-insurgency, anti-Naxal operations in Jammu and Kashmir, in disaster management. So apart from working in mountains, it gives multi-spectral opportunity which most of the other security agencies are also operating in. So I have given it as a first option, but I am equally happy to serve in any other organization I am allotted to.
Okay. But CISF is your last.
Yes, sir.
What is the convincing aspect about this that you have chosen the CISF as the last preference?
So CISF is a very professional organization, and but I have more inclination towards mountains and working in field areas. So I have chosen ITBP and other
Because
border guarding
you see the
forces
national
first.
beauty and bounty and enjoy those things, you have changed your preference.
No, sir, it's not that I only want to enjoy in mountains, because apart from mountains, ITBP is involved in all other kind of scenarios. So I have given it as a first option, but if I am allotted to any other force, I will be equally happy to serve.
Okay. Can you tell me the border status with the Pakistan till now?
Sir, various wars and conflicts you want to know?
No, the historical background of the border.
Yes, sir. After independence, Pakistan attacked Jammu and Kashmir, and the Maharaja Hari Singh of Jammu and Kashmir asked for help from Indian government, and Indian government helped them after signing of instrument of accession, according to which Jammu and Kashmir was merged into Indian state. But it had a condition that apart from three sectors: defense, international relations, and communication, it will have autonomy. After instrument of accession in 1965, Pakistan again attacked Jammu and Kashmir, but Indian Army thwarted them out. In 1971, there was another war. After that, in 1987, Indian Army captured the Siachen Glacier because of its strategic significance. Then, continuing the proxy war and anti-India strategy, Pakistan attacked Jammu and Kashmir in 1999, and there was one Kargil war but again Indian Army thwarted the intruders and saved the territorial integrity of the country. After that, Pakistan has been consistently doing the acts of firing across the LOC and intruding terrorists through Jammu and Kashmir.
Just tell me the departments of MHA.
So Department of Border Management, Department of Left-wing Extremism, Official Language Section. Apart from that, I am unable to recall at this moment, sir.
Arpit, how the change in leadership of USA will affect the international policy of India toward the USA?
So India and USA have a very deep and strategic relation, and because United States and China are having a bitter relation because of the wrong trade policies followed by China, by like devaluing their currency and dumping. So and India also suffers from this aspect. India also has a border dispute with China. So the relations between India and USA will continue, and it will get strengthened the way it is getting.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.